First, I would like to thank Sheikh Ahmed Said and brother Centro to this kind invitation and this organizing this great event. I will be precise in my talk, condensing my talk to reach the aim of the talk. First, as you know, as a Muslim here in a Western country, in a Western culture, we face a lot of challenges, a lot of obstruction that obstruct our life. Before you go with the challenges, you have to identify the categories of Muslim in this community or any community. So you may disagree with me and correct me if I'm wrong. I can see there are three categories of Muslim in any Muslim community in the Western country. The first category, or the group one, is the one who spent most of his life in a Muslim culture, in a Muslim places, and practice the Islam, and he has a foundation and the principle of Islam, and he migrated to this place, and he's okay with all the principle of Islam. He maybe have some impurity in his practice, but he's already aware about the principle of Islam. This is the first group. The second group is an opposite to this group. You can say the one who born here in a Muslim family, or the revert who accepted Islam. These also have the same category, and they have the same challenges. And the middle one, with a tricky one, the one who has a mixed culture. He may have an Islamic culture. He born in a Muslim country for a while, or even he lived within a Muslim country or in a Muslim family who practice the Islam, but he exposed to the culture, the Western culture, and he exposed to the other practice of the other religion. So he has a defected practice of Islam. So this is so far the three categories that we have in most of the community. Now, after we identify these categories, how can we deal with these categories? It's only one principle, one core method to face the challenges of these three categories. I can summarize in two sentences. In Arabic, I will explain it in English, inshallah. The first sentence, التخلية قبل التحلية. The second one, الأصول قبل الوصول. So, التخلية, to purify, to filter, in order to feel the sweetness of the deen. والأصول, the foundation, the principle, قبل الوصول, before you gain or you get the fruits of the deen. The problem that the people hasten themselves to reach the fruits first, to have the tahliya, the sweetness first, without caring about the core of that, the principle of that, the foundation of that. And whatever the categories is it, the first one or the second one or the third one, it has to have the same method of treatment, which is Quran and Sunnah. You have to connect all the method of treatment of these three groups is by Quran and Sunnah. And it is a broad method if you say just connect the Quran and Sunnah. How? Here is the effort of the shuyukh, effort of the dua, effort of the scholar, to how they connect the method of education or tarbiyah of these three groups by Quran and Sunnah. How they bring these three groups connected to the Quran and Sunnah. Previously, there is a title called Al-Murabbi, the educator or instructor, demonstrator. This title hasn't been applied from a long time in many communities, in many different communities. If you look to the history, I would like to bring you this example from the first 300 years of Hijrah. There are a scholar in Tunis, his name Abu Zayd al-Qayrawani, from Qayrawan. And Abu Zayd al-Qayrawani, one of the muhaffizin al-Quran, Quranic teacher, came to him and he asked him, I have class of Quran and I would like to establish the tarbiyah in addition to the Quran to these boys. Can you write for me a risala, a message, a book, a short book to how to deal with these boys with the Quran? And Abu Zayd al-Qayrawani wrote a risala combined of 3 topics. This is important for the new generation, and this is the core of the treatment. He wrote a risala in aqidah, in belief, to establish the iman of the new generation, and the second chapter in fiqh, to teach these people or this boy how to pray, how to fast, how to practice the ibadah. So bil iman and ibadah, iman and Islam, because pillar of iman is aqidah, pillar of Islam is the ibadah. And then give them a chapter of tarbiyah and akhlaq. So these 3 principles is the basics of tarbiyah. Everyone who wants to establish a program or activity for the youth, for the boys, he has to consider these 3 things. Teach them the iman, at the end of the Quran, of course. Teach them the akhlaq and tarbiyah, and teach them also the fiqh that helps them to practice the ibadah. This is one of the very important method. If you want to connect your method, Quran Sunnah, establish this method based on حفظ القرآن, al-aqidah, al-fiqh, al-adab. I think that's enough in this 5-minute talk. I would like to stop now, and if you have any question in 2 or 3 minutes, I'm happy to answer, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا, and many thanks to Sheikh Muhammad and brother and Centro for this beautiful gathering. I hope it will be continuous, inshallah. As a start, we have to follow this, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم.